rules and regulations, standards. I mean, really, what are they all built on? What are they built on? Why do you have them? Do you know why you have the thinking patterns that you do, or why you hold to certain standards, or why certain rules are there? Why do you hold on to them? You know? Do they really matter? Something that I've learned from myself and from looking around society is they don't. Because somewhere in there's some kind of a flaw. There's some kind of an inconsistency. Now, should I say they really don't matter? Like they don't matter at all? No. I'm not. That's not what I mean, but you'll see what I mean. But we never, we if it sounds good and it seems noble, we tend to hold on to it. And some of those things are not necessarily built on things that are noble. And they're not necessarily built on reality, but they sound good. And they make us feel like we're on the right track. But in reality, it's just another cage. It's just another cage. It's just another pile of bullshit. In some cases, So, so what I'm saying is, oh my gosh, I wish, I got this cold or something, allergies or something, but it's not real bad. It's just a little drainage, I guess. But anyway, there's only one divine eternal truth, and out of that divine eternal truth flows everything that you need. Everything that you need. It shifts your thinking, and it automatically establishes standards and rules, but I don't like to use that. I don't like to use that because to me, that's just chopping at the branches. That's not really getting to the root of things. Well, we got to have this, we got to have that. No, I don't think so. When we really look at the root of it, it's just chopping at the branches. What does it really solve? Does it bring inner healing? Does it root your heart in the true core of everything? Could it guide you there? Yeah. I'm not saying that they're totally useless. I'm just bringing a different perspective here. That's all I'm doing. So you're like, well, what do we hold on to then? Again, the one eternal divine truth. To root your spirit in that one truth. And when you root the core of yourself to that one truth, to eternal, that one eternal, the only eternal divine truth. Okay? You say, oh, that excludes all these other two, that excludes everything. No. I'm not meaning it exclusively like, Christianity saying there's only one way. I'm just saying for all of us, for this earth, for all living things, the one eternal divine truth is where all life comes from, where all wisdom comes from. Okay? It transforms your thoughts. It transforms how you think about things and your emotional state. It transforms every little thing about you. It casts aside the old. What you think is normal, what you think should be there, sometimes is rooted in the old. And you don't even know it sometimes. And I know that from experience. This is something that I've learned from myself. There's things I didn't know that was rooted in the old. And it has nothing to do with moving forward. It has nothing to do with the new reality. But people hold on to all these different standards and rules and stuff, and it prevents so many things from coming together from within yourself. And then sometimes today you're not rested. You got this unrest, or maybe tomorrow you're thinking weird or something. And so I guess what I'm encouraging myself, and this has been my focus for a while, and I'm developing my life, and your life is within you. Your very life is who you actually are in your spirit. So I am developing a lifestyle from my core, from where everything is for real. I'm rooting who I actually am to what actually is. Okay, and it's not about rules and standards and saying, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't violate this and violate that." Is it rooted in cosmic law? Is it rooted in that one divine eternal truth? Or is it just another standard? Because if you go to this country, to this country, to this country, they all swear by certain things. But they're all really just man-made rules and absolute total bullshit. So who really gives a shit about anyone's rules or standards? There is cosmic law, the law of one. Okay? That the divine, that only eternal, divine, eternal truth is being one. It's being united in eternal first creation, God source, unutterable one, where all things come from. And it will teach you wisdom. The guardian councils teach us wisdom. All the councils have something for us. They teach us wisdom. They show us. They guide us from unwritten sources. They guide us, and they present a way of life to us, and that is our path. Now, you might have a different contract than me, but all the contracts are complementary to each other. They all work together for one crystal mission, right? That one mission that we're here for. It all works together, and no contract is above another. Everyone is equally needed. Everyone is equal, period. Okay, there is no one that's better than another. But anyway, that's getting off on a rabbit trail, right? So when your very life, when your very spirit, when you are rooted and one and seamless with eternal, not immortal, not mortal, the eternal first creation, God source, unutterable one. Everything else flows out of that. Everything is transformed out of that. All things come together out of that. And that frequency, you embody that frequency, you integrate and embody with that, that frequency goes out and it tends to work on everything around you to make your contract successful and to benefit the people around you, to heal, to prompt healing, because we all have to heal ourselves. It prompts healing. It encourages in ways that are just crazy and insane. It paves the way. It's a matter of trusting in that eternal life flow, trusting in the crystal river and flowing with it. And it's so easy to worry. You know, you get into this thing over here, worrying and all. But see, when you are in that place, you don't worry. Okay? You don't worry. You don't worry about where your finances come from. You don't worry about, well, this and this and that. And there's a big section of things I don't worry about. I just don't give a shit. I don't worry about it because I know they're taken care of. And I know that if my life is one and seamlessly there with Source, one with Source, and the more I embody, I embody, the more you embody Source love, and the more you embody everything that comes from being unified with Source, everything flows out of that. Everything, that has to do with you personally flows out of that. You don't need rules. You don't need these standards or this standard or that standard. Because what comes from that at one-ment with Source gives you all of that. And it makes the standards and the rules and this and this and that all seem dim. It dims everything. And it doesn't really hold its worth anymore. It really doesn't. Because what you now are living by, the things that you would then be living by being in union with God Source, completely supersedes what you ever thought you should have held on to. It supersedes that. It is far superior. And then you begin to live toward yourself and toward others and toward nature and toward the cosmos and toward the guardians and toward everything. Okay? You begin to flow. Okay? You begin to flow out of with all of those things, and your relationship to everything changes. It supersedes everything. And then you end up, then the everything that you hold on to now that you think you should hold on to, you'll throw it in the trash. It's as simple as that. You will throw it in the trash. So, I guess you could say this is part 2 of the first video that I made about destination. And see, all destination is the one divine eternal truth. Okay? Because I kind of briefly talked about a little bit of that in another video. But I guess this is part 2. And see, this is the thing, guys. It's not... Another aspect of this, too, is it's not a whole list of all these things, or maybe now for you it's moved beyond the list. Maybe it's just this and that. You don't need a list. It's just your standards or your rules or this or that and all, and unintentional societal rules that you've adopted that you might not have even known that you adopted. Okay? When all that fades away and everything else starts to flow from your union with God Source, okay, the reason why you don't need rules is because everything from that is now a way of life. It's a state of being. It just flows out of that. So in other words, so just what I said before, everything that comes from your union with Source supersedes everything else. It just does. It just supersedes everything else. That's just a simple point. It's just a simple point, and it becomes a state of being. It becomes a state of being. Co-creating with Source is a state of being. In action. Okay, your actions flow out. That's what I'm trying to say. Your actions will begin to flow out of your state of being. Your standards begin to flow out from that state of being. The love that you have for yourself and other people begin to flow out of that state of being. your way of thinking, your standards, okay, begin to flow out from that state of being. So your state of being has got to be unified with Source. It's got to be unified with Source. And then everything else will flow out of that because it's a state of being. Your being is one with Source. Your spirit is one with Source. When you live a lifestyle based off of that you yourself at your core is rooted in that only eternal divine truth, then you will embody the divine eternal splendor. The truth and the splendor they come together. It's one. They both correlate with each other. Your being is rooted and one in that divine eternal truth. You will also have the divine eternal splendor, and everything that you are, everything that you desire to be, will flow out of that state of being. It's a state of being. So, guys, I just thought I'd offer that little encouragement for you today. And peace to you. You know, today I send peace, love, and strength into the shield today. And may we all do that again. Let's just all send within that one shield strength, love, power, everything, and just unify that within the shield and let the cosmos see that on this planet there is this massive shield that radiates Source. So peace to you and love to you. Until next time. I'll see you same bat time, same bat channel, right? Okay, I'll see you guys later.